Who are you starting it up?
You can sense the intensity as they await the arrival of the Tennessee team here at Cleveland Stadium. The #1 undefeated Volunteers prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
Didn't make it on 4th down. T comes off. Standing right by Billy Ratliff, and T's coming off and starting to unhook his pads a little bit, and Billy says, "Don't unhook your pads. We're going to get the ball back."
Second down and 11 for Arkansas. 1:47 remaining. One timeout left. Call it 12 to go for the first down. Sterner lost the football! Oh my goodness! He stumbled and fumbled, and Billy Ratliff recovered.
We made this play. Billy Ratliff knocked this All-American guard back into the quarterback. He stepped in on his foot. Quarterback probably made a mistake, not just falling on the ball. Billy not only knocked it back, but he got the ball back for us. So,
how important was this fumble recovery?
Well, it meant the season. You probably didn't know that at the moment, but it absolutely meant the season.
What's going on, boys and girls? Volunteer Roadshow, bringing it to you live from Daddy Max. We're at Daddy Max, Billy. Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry.
And we got a room full over here on the chat, watching us live from Farragut, Tennessee, getting ready for some Tennessee football. It seemed like just yesterday we were just wondering, man, it's 6 months before the season starts, and now it's going to be starting in what? Thursday, Friday, 3 more days? Who was number 3? 3 more days for football time. Who's number 3? Give me a number 3. That's an odd number. Is there a number 3 on your team? I don't remember. Fred was number 2. So tomorrow's Fred White Day. Willie Miles. I seen him on Facebook. That's cool. And we've got a lot of information going on. This is our first official show. It's been a while since we've done this. It felt good last week to get back in the swing of things, get to talk to a lot of Tennessee fans and fans of other teams, although we don't really care for them very much, especially Ryan when it comes to Florida Gator Week. He's got a game coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, tough game too. I actually think they'll lose it.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a tough game for them.
Yeah, and it's on the road too. So that's going to be tough. I don't know. I'm an SEC homer, Billy. I'm going to be pulling for Florida. I want them to win.
Well, all I can tell you, man, you picked Florida, so you know.
What you saying? that my betting picks are horrendous. I went 12-0 one time, Billy. I'll never ever let you forget that. 12-0. I don't know. That would have paid. What'd you say? 90,000 on $5 or something like that. It was ridiculous. Why didn't I put any money on it? But that was documented, Billy, on video on a live show. I went 12-0.
Yeah, everybody can say it, but if you don't put it in there, then
That's one of those things I regret. Like, my dad told me one time back in the 80s, he wished he'd have bought Walmart stock and how rich he'd be if he'd have bought like $1,000 worth of stock. You know how rich I'd be if I'd have just put $5 on that 12-0? But you know what? If I'd have put money on it, I wouldn't have picked like that.
all 12.
You say that like it's bad. But statistically speaking, going 0-12 is just as difficult as going 12-0. Yes, it is.
If you might want to switch your mic settings. I think it's set to the desktop audio.
Oh, is it not
On
doing all right?
Restream, you might want to switch to the mic because right now it's on the desktop computer because the audio is coming out a little muffled.
All right, let me see what's going on in our audio. Okay. So it's coming over muffled. Did we have any audio on the play? I thought we had all that fixed, Squid. How is that now? Can we get some audio?
That's better.
Is that a lot better?
Yeah.
Go back and play and see if they heard. Were they able to hear the intro? Huh. I don't know what made it kick off like that.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Oh, so our audio was pretty crappy, huh? Dang. Well, we got it fixed now. Well, let's get into it. If you want to call the show, number's 855-287-4040. Let you talk to myself or Billy. Most people probably want to hear Billy talk rather than me. What do you think about this headline? If you got DirecTV, you probably can't watch the game.
Nope. If you got DTV, you can't watch Tennessee.
Somebody said there's some sort of lockout or strike or something, contract negotiations. I pulled the article up here. I'm sorry about the audio, guys, but says here hometown fans could have trouble tuning in as the Vols take on Virginia in front of a sold-out Nashville crowd. WATE is owned by Nexstar Media Group, which is in a weeks-long contract dispute with DirecTV and AT&T Uverse. So they're locking everybody out. So how are we going to watch the game? Can we stream it? We got DirecTV. So we're going to have to stream it. We'll find a way to get these games on because everybody's going to be here watching the game come Saturday, eating chicken wings, barbecue pork, all kinds of appetizers.
I mean, it shows here ABC.
I know. And that's WATE. Speaking of which, that's who came out and interviewed us today was WATE.
Yep, and that's when did that air?
Friday. Billy and I, we're going to be on TV Friday night.
Catfish is famous.
Yeah, we're famous.
No, you're famous.
No, you're famous. Don't start that with me. Man, there wouldn't be a Volunteer Roadshow without Billy Ratliff. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about Tennessee football. We've had all off season. I'm going to tell you how I've been feeling. I've been feeling one day I feel like, man, we can go 11-1 in the regular season. And then I'll sleep on that and I'll wake up and I think, you know what? This will be the most Tennessee thing ever is we'll go 5-7. And then I'll hear somebody say something good about Tennessee and I'd say, we're going 15-0. I promise you that. And then the next week, somebody says something about, well, Milton has overthrown Joe. And I'm like, dang, we probably ain't going to win 4 games next year. And then, it's just up and down. What do you think, Billy? I want to know your honest opinion.
I mean, I think we'll do the exact same thing we did last year. I mean, I can see us losing 2 games or not losing but 1. I mean, it just depends on how our defense show up this year.
What do you think the worst we could do?
What's the worst?
At the worst, 9 wins.
You really think so?
Yes.
Why?
Well, you got to think about this here. These guys coming off a very great season last year. And most coaches, if they don't want to do worse than they did last year. You always want to either go one game better or win them all. And Coach Hype has been doing a great job all season to get these guys up and going, and they're motivated, man. You got so many kids on this team that got chips on their shoulders, and the number one that got his chip on his shoulder is the quarterback. So many people disrespect this kid big time, and I'm saying fans too. They call him what they call him,
Overthrow Joe.
Overthrow Joe.
Well, that's the truth.
Yeah, it is. But what is his turnover ratio?
Well, it's hard to intercept the ball when it's 4 rows deep in the bleachers.
I think that's a good situation.
I will say, Clemson game, since Hendon got hurt, Joe showed me something. It's like he waited his turn, and see the relationship between Hendon Hooker and Joe Milton, how, they had each other's back and they wanted each other to succeed. That was special to watch. And finally, Joe got his turn. This could be like a Hallmark movie, situation where it turns into he's the next, I don't know, he's the next Randall Cunningham or something.
Well, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you all last year. It's like, even when I played at Tennessee, I told a guy in front of me, if you lose your job, if I get it, you're never going to get it back. And that's what Hooker did. He went out there, he stepped up, and he did not give his job up until he got injured.
All right, that brings me to a question. When you played in the 90s, it's different than now. If you got hurt and you was the starter, were you automatically guaranteed your spot back no matter what?
No. You have to earn that spot back. And that's why I respected my coaches. They didn't just say, hey, you're a senior, you start. No. Now, as a freshman, you're more than likely not going to get a starting spot over a senior. But, you get a lot of rotation. But there's times where, like when I played, we didn't truly have starters, though. I mean, you had guys go out there and start, but yeah, backups that played more snaps than the starters.
Especially on that D line. Man, y'all are rotating. Every time I turn around, I see Coach Brooks with his hat on backwards, saying something. I don't know what all he was saying, but he was bringing y'all in and out.
That's the only way to win in SEC. You can't have a D line playing the whole game.
Yeah.
That's something that we had pride into. We didn't want to break records. As a defense, we wanted to get off the field.
What's the most plays in a row without seeing the sidelines did you play?
3 to 4.
That was it.
Is a good, especially for the big guys. If you got a defensive tackle that's 340 pounds, 3-4 snaps is going to be max with without taking plays off. You want to be at full speed and not half tailing, and that's what we did. Coach Brooks didn't rotate us. We rotated ourselves.
Really?
Yeah.
So y'all determined when you came out of the game. How'd that go?
That's when
you just taught.
Basically, when you get tired, the guys will tap the helmet and you run in.
Who determines who comes in the game?
We did.
Really?
I mean, coach would tell us who's starting that week or whatever, but we didn't care about that. I didn't, at least. I mean, all I wanted to do was make plays.
I know we were talking about earlier today when you were here, we was talking about you was cramping up in the Florida game in 98. Speaking of which, this is the 25th anniversary of the 1998 national championship.
Gosh, it don't seem like it's been that long.
Golly, I know. Tell me about it. Seemed like yesterday they were doing the 20th anniversary. I believe that was the first year we was on YouTube's was on the 20th anniversary. I remember that. Golly, has it been that long, Billy?
It don't seem like it's been that long, man. This time is flying, man. I think you're almost 60 now, so.
Yeah, right. I feel like I'm almost 60.
I do too, man.
Man, but anyway, so I want to know what is the team doing this week? What do they do the week before the first game of the season? Have they locked down all their starting spots? Is that all that resolved right now on the team? No.
I mean, there's still improvement, man. They're still learning. I mean, they're doing scouting and everything, and it's still a dog eat dog world the week before.
So they could be announcing starters the day of the game, huh?
Yeah.
Especially if there's injuries.
Well, I mean, more than likely, by the time, like this week, everybody knows start. You pretty much know when you're going to play.
Do you remember your first game and that week before and that 3 days before and 2 days before and 1 day before of that? What was it like for you?
Forever before the game was started, it seemed like the closer it got to the game time, it seemed like it was still a long way away before we had to play. And I give you an example. I mean, it'd be guys don't put their pads on until almost 15 minutes before we go out on the field. And I was one of those guys. Time just flew by. I'd be goofing off, having a good time, playing around, just trying to get my mind right for the game.
Were you nervous?
I was never nervous. I was always ready. Always.
Who was your first game in '96? Who did we play first in '96?
UNLV.
Oh, you had a good game that game.
Yep. First game. I think I had a good game. I remember making, I think I had like 3-4 tackles for loss.
You were on the all SEC freshman team. And your first sack came in week 2 or 3 against Florida.
Yep.
Danny Werfel.
Yep. I mean,
was that the second game of the season?
Yep. I treasured those, man, because I didn't have many sacks at Tennessee. I set up a lot of sacks from other teammates, though.
Oh man, was that a road game against Florida in '96? I remember that. Gosh, man, we should have won that game.
Well, I mean, we would have. Could have, should have, but Coach Spur had that number, man.
Man, that brings back memory. 25 years since the 1998 national championship. We're fixing to be the butt of every joke. Remember with Georgia fans when you had a Georgia fan talking mess on the chat, all you had to do is put 1980 and that shut them up because that'd been like 50 years ago. Well, pretty soon they're going to be able to shut us up by putting 1998.
Man, it's hard. It's tough now because you got Georgia and Alabama, man. They these two tough teams that we got to battle every year now. But Georgia, well, both of those teams, they was good when I played them back then, but those were just another stat team.
David Newcomb's reminding us that the '96 game was in Knoxville.
Yep, and I think they had us 28-0 at one point.
I remember I was at that game. Now that you remember that, I was at the game.
Yep,
it rained for a brief second, like maybe a minute. I remember that, and it was hot too. Oh man, it was hot. Golly, man, that's been, that's been 27 years ago. Do you feel that old?
I don't. No,
you look that old.
There's days that I feel that old.
Dang. Well, I'm excited about this first game. What are we, 28-point favorite? We're going to do we're going to help people make their rent money later on in the show. That's really why we started this, Billy, back up. We have, people, the economy's down. People are struggling, wondering how they're going to pay their light bill, how they're going to pay rent, how they're going to get a pack of smokes, how they're going to get a case of beer for the weekend. We can help them with that. I can.
Well, if they listen to me, they will. And go opposite.
No, I've been studying. Now, this year, Billy, in past, I ain't been very good. But you can make money off of my picks, like you said, going opposite. That's still helping people. Even if they know to go opposite of me, they make money, and I'm still helping them. But this year I've been studying. I've got a new strategy. I'm not telling you what my strategy is, but I got a new strategy. We're going to go into that. I want to go over kind of the team. We haven't even talked about any sports yet, or any football, basketball, anything. But we really hadn't gotten into any positions. But I said something last year, and people said I was crazy. But I think Brew McCoy was our best wide receiver last year. And look, you can look at me all you want to like that. I thought Brew McCoy. Let me refresh.
Yes, please.
Let me rephrase it.
Please
if I was a general manager of an NFL team, and I was going to say which one I think was going to be the best NFL player, I would have picked Brew McCoy. That's why I've got my resumes out to like 8 teams to be the general manager, because I think I speak like really smart stuff.
No, there's no way. I mean, you will see this season who was really the best receiver on that team.
Brew McCoy. Who?
Where is he at now?
Well, he's going to be our best wide receiver this year.
I mean, but you said he was last year.
He was last one. I'm saying last year. He's come back. He's got another season.
I truly think it's the name that you like, and that's why you pick it.
So you think because the crowd goes Brew,
yes,
when he maybe you think that's it? That might be it.
Yes.
Huh. No, I just think he's big, he's strong, he's fast.
Oh yeah,
and I like him. And I think Keaton is going to come on strong this year. I'm not worried about our wide receiver. Squirrel, he's fast.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's faster than a squirrel, though.
I mean, all those guys are pretty fast, man. They're blazing speed over there.
Yeah,
they have a lot of speed over there.
What would you say our weakest position on the whole entire team is? We're not as deep at the D line, and you got to have a D line to play and win in the SEC.
I think we've improved all over the field. I don't think D-line is going to be our weakest position this year. I don't. I think you'll see a big improvement this year. And talking about guys, we're 4 or 5 deep at D tackle now, and that's what we need.
I hope you're right.
Defensive end, I mean, I think we have 4 or 5 guys that can get at you on D-line. And I'll tell you this, I mean, that's why we got kids that are coming in here now that, the 4 or 5 star D linemen, they're coming now.
We have gotten a few of them.
Yeah, I just pray that Coach Gardner stays around for a while, at least 2 more seasons before he retires.
Is he still coaching the tight ends?
No, Coach Gardner's D-line, man.
He wasn't he at one point a tight end coach when he first got here?
When he came to Tennessee,
okay,
he was. Back then he was tight end.
So they moved into D-line. That's good. What did he coach when you were there?
Tight end. I mean, he was on the tight ends then.
So on your team, he was tight ends coach. So now he's D-line. I got you.
When I was there, it was just like how Nick Saban does the guys. You got to crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
And that's how Coach Foreman with those guys. So he's like, hey, if you want to come coach here, you got to whatever I got available for you.
Yeah. Well, you had some of the best coaches in college football when you were playing. Chavis, Brooks. What was some of them sayings? Remind me. You used to do it when we lived together. You used to say them all the time. If you're gonna something with turkeys or fly with the eagle, what was that one? Something.
That one was if you fly with the owls at night, you got to soar with the eagles in the morning.
What the heck does that mean?
I didn't know what it meant until I got older.
And then he meant, in other words, you still got to get up.
Well, basically what he was saying is, if y'all out there partying at nighttime, you most definitely better give me your A game when you come in here in the morning.
Oh, I got you. What was that? Another saying he had that you used to say all the time. I forget what it was now.
Many of them, man. Just
how's he doing now? Last time I seen him, he was on his way to the doctor.
He's doing good. He's doing good, man. I talk to him all the time. Actually, he sent me his Miss Captain sent me the dirt cake recipe. I finally got it.
You got the dirt cake recipe.
I got it. I got it.
I got to have it.
I can't believe I was missing just one ingredient.
What?
I can't tell you.
I've heard everybody. Guys, now let me tell you something. When we're hanging out and we get to talk to some of his teammates come by, they all talk about this dirt cake.
Oh, man.
What does it taste like? Is it chocolate? What is it?
It was more of like a Oreo cookie, lush in a sense, with cream cheese and oh man.
Man, that does sound good.
And the colder it was, the better it was.
I tell you what, we got some good desserts here. We've got a blackberry crumble that we make from blackberries, and we put oatmeal crumble on the top. We cook it down. We got homemade banana pudding.
That's what that was
in that cup, in that mason jar. Oh man, that is good. The only thing about this that's the hardest thing about being in here every single day is discipline to stay away from that.
I saw some things back there, and then on his menu, you can eat pretty healthy in here too now.
Yeah, you can. I eat collard greens every day. A bowl of them.
I had them for the first time today, guys.
Were they good?
They were good. They were good.
Now, they probably wasn't as good as the ones that I used to make back at the house.
Those green, I don't know what that was you was making at the house, Brad. You get a bag of kale and throw a stick of butter.
That's it. It's salt and pepper and hot sauce. But I'd eat the whole thing, wouldn't I?
Yeah, because ain't nobody else want them. And of course, Krista, she'll eat some, try to make you feel good.
Man, we had some good times back then. Some real good time. But anyway, we're going to have a chili dog. Just because you said your favorite was the chili, we had a suggestion that said to call it the Billy Chili Dog because it rhymes. I don't know. We might call it that. But it's a 8-ounce all beef Nathan hot dog with our homemade damn good chili is what the name of it is, with cheddar cheese melted on top. Now, I would put onions, but you say you don't eat onions. Now, I like onions on hot dog. You got to have onions on hot dog.
Man, I'm playing when it comes to that. Just the chili cheese. Now, if I want to, here, I'll take that back. Now, if I'm at home, I'm more than likely going to dress it. I'm going to have the onions, the relish, and then I must throw some ketchup and mustard on it. Now, if I'm out and about, all I want is chili and cheese.
You know what I like on hot dogs? Warm or hot sauerkraut. Yes. Sauerkraut and some onions and some mustard. That hits the spot.
What is
I want to know on the comments what y'all have to have on your hot dog. Do you put ketchup? I don't put ketchup on my hot dog. I just don't. I'll put mayonnaise on my hot dog. I'll put mustard. I'll put sauerkraut, onions. I'm not going to put it all, I'll mix it up a little bit, but sometimes, Billy, 3:00 in the morning and you're hungry and there's a pack of hot dogs in the refrigerator and you throw them in the microwave. That's like, I would rather have that than filet mignon.
Oh, and that's why I kept on saying you're a spitting image of my head coach.
How many times did you was asleep in the bed and you hear that
always
that microwave beeping where I was putting something in it? I tried to close it real quiet so you didn't hear it.
There was no way to close that thing, Clark. No way.
Sherry says she likes chili, cheese, and mustard. There you go.
Yeah, and that's what I used to get my late night snack for after games. I go to Crystal's and they had the little chili pups.
Yeah.
And they have chili, cheese, and mustard on it.
Is that the ones you had to hide from Sean J? You put behind the drawer and stuff, and they'd put notes on it like "Don't eat."
That's a different one there. That's what we gosh, what were those things called? We we used to go to a little gas station on the strip there, and they had these little Polish dogs.
Oh yeah,
and they was like 2 for $1. So I would always get 4 of them, and I'll eat 2 when I get home, and then I'll wake up for breakfast.
Whoa. 2 for $1?
It was 2 for $1.
No
man.
way.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
with inflation, that's cheap.
Yes, and you're talking about they were nice size hot dogs.
Dang, that's a good deal.
And then of course Sean, he was cheap. He didn't want to spend his money. He would he'll wait till we get home. I go to sleep, and then you hear all this stuff in the kitchen, and then I come out. He act like he's cleaning up or something. All he's doing is turn the kitchen trying to find something that I don't hear.
Here's some of them stories about how y'all hid stuff in the refrigerator, and you somehow you would always find this stuff. He said you would always find his stash and ramen noodles. Hear him talk about how he made ramen noodles. You'd think he is at a 5-star restaurant. And he could eat on 37 cents.
Oh God. I mean, they was on it back then. It was only 10 cents.
Dang, yeah.
You get a whole pack for like $1 and so, like the little 12-pack thing.
Yeah. Let's catch up on the chats here. Tennessee Football 247 says ketchup and chili. That's not bad. Justin Sanday says he likes his hot dogs New York style. Matt 7397. With the news of Cam Rising being out, I am not sure that Utah will have that easy of a time versus Florida. I don't know. What do you think? You're making me hungry, so I got to change the subject because I'm starving right now. I haven't eaten all day. All I've had was a little tiny bowl of collards when you came in earlier, and I got you some brisket and collard green. How was that brisket?
That brisket was good, man.
Yeah, we smoked that right here. It just come out of the smoker.
It was good, man.
What else did I get you? Oh, the smoked meatballs. Are they good too?
Those were good too.
Yeah, we
I
make.
actually think I could have put those on a sandwich.
We do. We have that on a slider. Yeah, it's the smoked meatball slider.
Is the slider that Hawaiian
bread, that little bun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the slider.
Yeah, that's good if it's on that Hawaiian bun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. We make everything from scratch in here, everything but the ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard in the bread. We make the collard greens. They come fresh, and we cook them down. We got a big old kettle back there, and put some special sauce and meat in the collard greens. You need to try our baked beans.
Yeah, I didn't know y'all had baked beans.
We got some baked beans, Billy. Remember how you used to make them at the house and your mama used to make them? These are very similar. After the show, I'm gonna get you some baked beans.
Oh, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said the chili was good. Tastes almost like my mom's chili.
Yeah. Don't let her hear you say that though. Let's give something away. Do you want to give away a gift certificate or something for Daddy Max? To people that comment, we'll pick out a comment. Just like and share this on your Facebook and YouTube, however you want to like, share it, comment. We're gonna pick out a couple of commenters just randomly. We'll get somebody over here, probably Squid, to pick it out afterwards, and we'll send you some gift certificates for Daddy Max because this is a great place to watch the game. We're gonna be here Saturday watching the game. I'm gonna find somehow to make sure that every TV in here has got the game on.
That's a lot of TVs, man.
Yeah, it's got over 50, I think. Didn't we count them this morning? It was over 50, 60 TVs in here. And we got some at the patio bar. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 or 10 outside at the patio bar. Have you been out to the patio bar? You have? Yeah, it's nice out there. We got frozen drinks. We've got some special recipes for Tennessee game day. We're going to have specials. So y'all need to come watch the game with us and hang out, eat some wings, have some appetizers, and just watch the game with us. We're going to live stream the game like we used to. Remember, Squid, we used to live stream the game. Did you ever watch us back then?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you used to come out there. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Sherry's been out. Sherry's been out here like 3 or 4 times. Remember Sherry from TAP?
Yeah, better.
She's in the chat. Great. One of my most favorite persons in the whole world, Sherry. Glad you're in here. Billy, Justin Sanday said, Billy, your friend you grew up with is my neighbor. Who is that? I think he lives in Oklahoma. Do you know anybody living in Oklahoma unless he moved? Huh. Yep, Matt's been to several watch parties. You need to come again this year, Matt's. Come on up here, Campbell Station Road, in the old Wild Wing building. Same owners, just changed the name to Daddy Mac's Down Home Dive. And come watch the game with us. Every Saturday there's a game. I'm gonna be here every Saturday doing live stream, whether we got a game or not. Anyway, if you want to call the show, 855-287-4040. We've talked about the wide receivers, running backs. Let's talk about running backs right now. We're going to have any trouble with running backs this year?
I think Jabari. I think he's going to be the starter. Small.
I think Wright probably had just as good a season as Small did last year, don't you think?
I think we'll see a huge improvement from the running backs. I think, because that's people don't realize that Hyper's offense is actually supposed to be a running offense.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. We got David Newcomb says, are y'all going to do merch again? Yes, we are. We're going to have shirts, and we're going to have Billy's print that he'll sign. Tell him about the print. I don't know if I have a copy of it that we can put up here, but it's his play that we had. The same picture that we had on the t-shirt is in a print with the checkerboard border. And how much you charging for those?
I'm just $30.
$30, and that's signed for $30. You can't beat that with a wooden stick, guys. You can't beat that with a wooden stick.
So she's from Mississippi.
I wonder who it is. Find out their name and bring it to us on the next show. Anyway, that's nice. Anyway, let's go over. Are you ready to make people some money? Are you ready to make people some money, rent money?
Let's do it.
All right, let me get it. Let me get all the lines up. But why I'm getting all the betting lines up, because y'all need to, while we're playing the music, me getting ready, y'all need to get a pencil and a paper. And I'm going to help y'all make some money. All you need is like $10-15, and I can make your rent money. Let's see, where is this at?
What a shame. My lady at the casino.
Remember that? You remember that song, don't you? Where'd you find that song?
That's just one of the blues songs my mom. She got so many of them. But this one, I said, when I play this one for you, it's gonna remind you of yourself.
Because all that last season we were on, I was really down to my last $2 in my account.
And then you would win.
But I kept going. I'd win like $2.05, and then I'd bump it up to like $2.20, and then $2.50, and then $3, and I get up to about 15, and I get crazy, and I'd go back down to $2, and then I'd get it up to about 20, and I'd get back down to $2. It's always going back to $2.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why you lost all of yours.
Why?
When you got that taste and saw how much you make with them parlays.
Yeah, I had to stay away from them parlays. That's where I lost. You're right. That is where I lost my money. But I had a good feeling, though.
Yeah, and then you got felt out. I think that's what I'm gonna do all season. I'm just gonna pick one game.
All right,
one game.
While we're talking about this, I'm gonna tell you, Florida game. I'm gonna tell you right now, Florida is getting 4.5 points.
I got
it's
Utah.
On the road. I'm gonna give up the 4.5, and I'm gonna take Utah. Much as I'd like to see Florida win, because I want Florida to be undefeated when we meet in the swamp.
Well, I mean, I got Utah, so I mean, I'm not picking Florida.
Well, I'm gonna write this down. So,
I mean, you stole my play because I know what you're doing.
Hold on, I'm gonna write it down so we can look at the end of the season, and we're gonna see who's better. Right now, we're tied because neither one of us can win that one. All right,
here. I'll even go even better than that.
What?
Florida will not score 14 points.
You're gonna say Florida won't score, so that's like a side bet.
Yes, they may score 10 points.
Can we get a score prediction?
Sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry, man. This. I mean, 14 points. 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 14 points.
No, I'm not sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, man,
Ryan
it's-
talked so much trash all off season. Said our coach don't care nothing about defense. Says that we're a gimmick offense, and that they finally got a good quarterback. And on and on and on and on. Y'all remember crying Ryan? He used to call in. You notice he ain't calling in today because he don't want to talk. He's nervous. He was talking all this mess before the game all last week how they was going to win, and now he's all nervous, so he ain't called in. I want to tell you the game. I saw a game on here a minute ago. Why isn't South Dakota, Missouri available on the betting lines? Nobody's got a betting line on it.
It's probably because it's a lopsided line. It might be like minus 56 or something like that.
I tell you one that I think is an interesting pick, and that's University of Miami in Miami, Florida, against Miami of Ohio. And Miami, the U, is only favored by 16.5.
That would be a blowout.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Miami would blow them out.
Yeah, that's an easy one there.
What was another one I was looking at? I think that's Liberty Bowling Green. I think that's just based on past. I don't think Liberty's what they used to be. Our former coach is on the hot seat. Butch Jones, Arkansas State playing Oklahoma. And Oklahoma's favored by 35.5.
And they will get all 35 of that.
You think so?
Yes.
That's just too many points for. I gotta beat you this year, Billy. So I gotta be very selective about my picks. I'm only going to pick 3. I'm not touching anything on the Tennessee game because I would just say we're going to win by 35. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if we'll win by 10. I don't know. We could win we could even lose, but we're favored by 28. I don't know.
We're going to blow those boys out, man. That would not be a game, man. Only way that become a game if the Zebras are not on our side. They have to be calling everything back because I don't think they are ready for the running attack. The running attack is what. Let's look at the bowl game. What did we do these last few games at Tennessee? We started running the ball.
Yeah.
Think about all those big runs we had at the end of the season there. There's a lot of it. But the passing game and the hurry-up offense just outshadowed the running game.
Well, I got somebody on here said the Utah quarterback's out, so that might put a damper on it. Is Florida really that bad?
Yes.
I've heard everybody hyping up their new quarterback. Everybody.
You have to do that. That's just how it is. You have to hype up your players to get the fan base excited.
You talk about Graham Mertz.
Well, let's see. Let's go. I'm going to give you 2 picks because I got to help people make their rent. There's just not a lot of great picks out there this first week.
Who do LSU play? Because I think that's
Florida State, isn't it? Let me look.
Yeah, do the LSU Florida State game.
Let's see. Where's that at?
Because I think they play like on a Monday or something like that.
Oh, do they? So it may be way down
It's
here.
a weird day.
Why do they do that?
Well, it's always like that every year at the beginning of the season, where there's games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
We got a good band out here tonight. Y'all need to come out here. We got live entertainment 5 nights a week here at Daddy Mac's. I haven't found that game yet. I know it's on here somewhere. Did you say it was Monday?
I got it right here. LSU got Florida State on Sunday night
So
at
the
7:30.
third.
LSU by 2.5.
That's what they said in the comments. Man,
I mean,
Where's the
I'll-
game played? At Florida State. Wow.
Well, my thing is like, what is it that LSU have that quick all of a sudden that everybody think that they're that good? Do they have a lot coming back?
See, I couldn't figure that out either. I know we were, you know, we beat them up pretty good when we played them at LSU. But I didn't really think they were jumping off the page at me, but everybody was high on LSU by the end of the season.
Well, I mean, and Florida State, they've been getting pushed around for some time now. Now, surely they got something by now for them to be ranked number 8.
I think I'm going to take, I'm not even thinking, I'm going to put it down because that's when I do my best, when I just have gut reactions. I'm going to take the 2.5 in FSU. That's my second pick. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Take FSU and get 2.5 points.
LSU.
You baited me into that one. You baited me.
What?
I know what you're doing now. I just figured it out. You baited me into that. You give me this commentary like, what is LSU done? I don't understand. And then then you get me to take Florida
Put my
State.
LSU down there.
No. And then I take FSU and then you go LSU. So you baited me.
I'll take the next one then. You pick the next game and I'll go first.
All right. Let's see. What's another good game? What do y'all want in the comments want us to pick? What game? Oreo, hadn't seen you in a while. Can't believe Tennessee ranked behind Clemson or LSU or Alabama. Sherry says take North Carolina versus South Carolina. What is the point spread on that one?
Which one? Is it the South Carolina game?
David Newcomb says LSU gonna smoke them.
David know what he's talking
about.
But
did y'all not see how he set me up with that taking FSU? Did y'all not see that? Did y'all not notice how he finessed me?
I'm just gonna go to the SEC schedule and see.
I got it pulled up right here.
Did you get to see it in the Vandy game the other night?
Nope, did not watch a bit of it. I heard they won. What did they play? Like Hawaii or something?
They play Hawaii.
They won the first game last year and then like lost the rest of them or something, wasn't it? They beat the crap out of somebody the first game of the season. And you think, all right, Vandy's for real. They're legit. And they didn't win another game, I don't think, or maybe one. I don't remember, but it wasn't many. And I'm like, dang.
They came out on fire, man. Looked like they had a lot of speed and then they just still look like Vandy.
There's just not a lot of marquee games. We got to be one of the better games of the day.
It's South versus North Carolina.
Where's that game at? What time? I'm looking it up.
It's in North Carolina, so that's at the Bank of America Center. So that's at the Panther Stadium.
What's the spread? I'm trying to find it.
USC 2.5.
So South Carolina,
North Carolina favorite by 2.5.
Really? All right, I want to hear your pick first. Now, I'm not doing that like I did against that last pick. I want to hear because I have a feeling that South Carolina, they're going to be pretty decent. You know, they beat us pretty good.
Yeah, they beat us pretty good. If I was to touch that game, I would probably say North Carolina.
So you're taking North Carolina and giving up 2.5 points. Just so I'm hearing you right.
Yeah, I'll take North Carolina minus 2.5.
And giving up 2.5. You know what? I was thinking before you even said that I was going with South Carolina.
It's a good pick. They were good.
And I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, they beat us pretty good last year.
All right. So you got UNC minus 2.5.
So I'm either going to be
and I got USC
3-0 or 2-1.
And I'm getting 2.5.
And you're already going to be 1-2.
No, I think
0-3.
No, I think I'm going to be 3-0. I feel good about Florida State. I think they got a chip on their shoulder, and it's at home. And I feel good about USC. I think you could probably do it like a 3-pick parlay.
Yeah, right there. That's a pretty good one there. Let's see. That's about. Let's add that up.
If I put 1,000 on there, how much would I win? Would I lose 1,000? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not letting you put 1,000 on nothing. No. No. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. We would do that.
Sherry says take North Carolina. That's what Billy did. Check the Tulsa, South Alabama game. Tulane, South Alabama game. Tulane is only favored by 6.5. One of your teammates, coaches, still over there. Isn't McCleskey still there?
Where?
Tulane.
Yeah, he's still there. JJ, he ain't going nowhere until they just get rid of him. I think he loves New Orleans.
Yeah.
So,
where's he from originally?
Thought he was from here.
I can't remember.
For some reason I thought he was from here.
David Newcomb says the announcer said they had 21K in attendance. Are you talking about the Vanderbilt game, David? And you need to come up here and watch a game with us, David. We're going to have cornhole going out here. We might have to put that on video, like before the game. We have not this week because it's a noon game. What are you writing down? I got to see first. So that would be a 3-game plus $5.95. Okay. So that wouldn't pay a lot. Well, it would pay something.
$10.
Yeah.
At $1, $10. That's $60.
See, I'm not putting any money on these games because I do my best when I'm not betting money on it. And I'm trying to help my people, my fans, the ones that have been watching me for years. I'm trying to help them make their rent money.
Well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start something. I'm just gonna start with $10.
It's too stressful when you put money on it.
Well, yeah, if you put millions of dollars on it,
even if you put 10, you know how stressful I was, and I'd sit on the couch and I'd have like $1.89 left in my account, and I was trying to get it up to $3, and I'd get there, and then it'd be I'm trying to get to $5, and I keep going up and down, up and down. I never could get out of that.
Well, I think your consistency was just when you kept trying to do those parlays. That's what most of these betting sites want you to do.
Yeah, but I had some good picks though.
Yeah, but whenever you lose one game, it's over.
Yeah, I know. Remember that time I actually put money on a 7-game parlay and got all 7 of them wrong?
Yes.
And I sat there and I was depressed there for a minute. And then I got to thinking, like I said earlier in the show, going 0 for 7 has the same statistical odds as going 7-0. So then I started saying, you know what? I'm pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty hard to do. Oreo wants to know who's going to win Florida, Utah. We already picked Utah. I think we both think Utah's
I'm going to take Utah. I think that's going to be my first $10 bet tomorrow night. I'm going to play Utah minus 4.5 for $10, and I'm going to try to grow that $10. 10 picks is $10,000.
Oh, you're going to do that again?
10 plays in a row.
You're going to do that again?
I'm going to do it.
So 10 picks. Explain to me how that goes. You explained it to me a couple years ago.
It's basically just
you keep doubling your money and keep putting
10,
everything.
Then 10 you win 10. Well, 10 you win like $9 or something. Then next week you go 19, and then you keep on doubling up. You keep backing up. Whatever you win, the total that you win, you just place it on one play and continue to do it 10 times. for $10. That
I
will be
remember I
10.
did that. I kept getting the game 2 and losing.
Now, if if you did it, like let's say if you did it with 7 plays, starting off with $100, is 10 grand.
I bet if you got to like game 10 and you got
If I get
$5,000 on there and you're sitting there picking, you'd probably be so nervous you couldn't drive a 16 penny nail up your butt with a 5-pound sledgehammer.
Anytime I've ever got there, I always start over. I start over unless I would do like a money line one where I take Alabama and Georgia.
I got a secret this year, and I started doing it the last time we were doing this, and I had some success. I'm not telling you how I'm doing it. I'll reveal once I get kind of famous for my picks, and you got the reporters probably going to be knocking on our door. I'm going to be that good this year. I might even make the TV. You know, we're on YouTube, but like real TV is how good I'm going to be picking because it's all documented. I wonder what the Guinness World Book of Records is. There's got to be a Guinness World Book of Records for straight picks in a row being right. They need to add that if it ain't.
Let's see here. Let's pick a total. They didn't do a total.
No, we hadn't done a total. All right, throw one out there. You pick a game, and then I pick first.
I'm gonna do the last one of the night on Saturday. Stanford and Hawaii.
Oh man, that's gonna be high scoring.
I mean, it's only 57 and a half.
Where's the game at? Hawaii.
More than likely Stanford.
Nope, it's at Hawaii. It looks like. It don't matter where it's at. I say go over. I'll say take the over. What was the over under on that? 57. I got the over.
Let's see. I'm trying to find one that's higher than that, though. I want like a 70 something so you can.
All right, we'll pick one. All the lopsided ones are going to be, they're off the board.
I mean, the South Carolina game is 64 and a half.
64 and a half. All right, let's pick on that. 64 and a half, first game of the season. I say it goes under. I'm going to take the under.
I got over.
All right, you got the over. All right, just so we know, I got Utah, and I'm giving up 4.5. Florida State, I'm giving up. Let me take a picture. Florida State, I'm gaining 2.5, and that's at home in Tallahassee. South Carolina, and getting 2.5, and I'm going under. What was the under on that 60? What was the over under on that game?
It was 64 and a half.
All right, man. I got 4 winners.
We'll see. We've seen that many times when you thought you had that, and next thing you know, you're 0-4.
I want to know in the comments who y'all think have the better picks. My picks or Billy picks. Who would you? This is kind of like Russian roulette where you pick black and red, and you got a 50-50 shot of winning it. I want to know if you had to put your money on this, who would y'all go with, Bobby or Billy? Who's on team Bobby? Remember, I'm the one that gives out the gift certificates and the free appetizers and all that stuff. I want to know in the comments section who y'all think have the better picks. I got Utah, Florida State, South Carolina, and the under in that UNC South Carolina game, under 64.5. Billy has Utah, LSU, North Carolina, and the over in that UNC South Carolina game. There's no way, there ain't nobody in these comments going to say Billy got the better picks.
I'm trying to tell you, my man.
First vote in, they say Bobby. I got a Bobby, no Billy yet. I want to know who y'all would go, who will y'all ride with on these picks? Sherry says Bobby. I got 2-0. See, we got probably the smartest viewership in all of YouTube's. So we got 2 Bobbies. I don't see no Billy in here. There ain't nobody gonna say Billy.
Yeah,
I got the best pick.
JJ's from Knoxville. He went to Carnes High School.
Oh yeah, somebody said Memphis. He went to Carnes. Okay. When's the last time you seen him?
Last time we saw JJ would have been, God, I've been last year at a game.
Last year?
Actually, it wasn't. I mean, it was the I did an interview with somebody with him on I forgot who that was. I did the interview with.
Oreo says Billy's got the better picks. Come on, Oreo. I know you're smarter than that. I got a 4-game parlay, all money line: Tennessee, South Carolina, Washington, and LSU.
Washington.
If you're a Tennessee fan and you're putting money on Tennessee in any capacity, you're a dummy. You probably ain't been a fan long.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, Al is from Memphis. He did play quarterback at Jackson.
Who? Al Wilson, yep, yeah. Jackson. Sure did. David, come on, David.
Hey, David know what he's talking about, man.
You're with him on the LSU pick. This is at Tallahassee. All right, Tennessee says Billy does not have the better picks. Thank you. Thank you for salvaging that. David, I thought you was like, we were tight.
David just smart, man.
The LSU Florida State game's a neutral site.
It's neutral site.
Yep.
Where? Orlando, that's home for Florida State. That's still a home game.
You still can lose at home.
I hope to get to see some of our regulars that used to come up and watch the games with us like old times say. They better be coming this year. We had, remember Killa Mime came up, the Georgia fan came up and watched us.
Mm-hmm.
It's been, I don't know, the last time I want to say it was a game. They came here to watch the game with us, I think. I can't remember. I had a Georgia fan come to Knoxville to watch the Georgia-Tennessee game, and I think the game was in Knoxville. They didn't go to the game. They came and watched with us. That was special. That was special. We've had Alabama fans come and watch games with us. People have been watching us forever and ever and ever. And you know what? I know this is hard to believe, but there's some good people that are Alabama fans. Not many, but there's a few of them out there.
Yeah.
You just got to look real hard for them.
I mean, they just came out. They wasn't always Alabama fans.
Yeah. All right, I want to know. He says, Matt says, definitely plan on showing up for a game. Good. What was I saying? Oh, how many more years is Saban going to coach? I want to know in the comments section. I want to know from Billy. I say he will not be coaching in what year is this? Did that fall? Dang. Our mic stand fell. Dang. I'm going to say I give Saban 3 more years. David says 2 more. What did you do? Oh, you got that?
I'll give them 3. 2. I'm gonna say 2. 2 more years.
What you do with my mic? Testing.
Whatever.
Oh, you unplugged the wrong one. There. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. I'm back. So you say how long, Billy?
I give him 2.
If he doesn't win a natty by 2025, he's gone, according to David Newcomb.
I think he's ready to let it go, though. Like, just trying to find his replacement. Once he finds his replacement, I think he'll be gone. Or if he goes like 6-6 or something crazy, or lose 3-4 games.
No, I think he'll retire before it gets that bad, before the wheels fall off. He'll have a fake stroke like Urban Meyer did or something. He's not going to let his legacy be tarnished. And could you imagine? I wouldn't be the coach after Saban for all the money in the world. You know, it's going to be. Could you imagine how many people will turn that job down?
Yes.
They think they're going to just reload as coach and they'll be able to get whatever and whoever they wanted to. Can you imagine the impatience that fan base is going to have? Because they already think they're better than a band of angels from heaven anyway.
Well, humble pie is here.
They need some humble pie.
Humble pie is back. NIL saved that for a lot.
Can you remind the audience, remind everybody how many times you've lost to Alabama in your playing career at the University of Tennessee? Never lost.
Never lost to Alabama, never lost to Georgia, never lost to those guys.
I love bringing that up.
Florida was our kryptonite.
I tell you, I'm being serious. You know, they say you never want to follow the legend. You want to be the coach after the coach that follows the legend. I think you're going to find that with Saban. The Alabama fans, you better just buckle up. When the wheels start falling off, Saban's gone, and you're going to have a coaching search. It's probably going to be reminiscent of some of our coaching searches because you're going to have so many people not wanting it. Do you think it'll be one of those jobs where people are going to be dying for? Or are they going to, or do you think really good coaches are going to say, screw that, I'm not following Saban?
I personally think they would hire somebody from within.
Really? And give them a shot. And that's kind of saves the athletic director's job a little bit because he didn't really have to make a real solid decision and go out there and hire attorneys and job finders and headhunters to go find a coach. I think it's going to be fun to watch them first 4, 5, 6 coaching searches that Alabama's going to have once Saban's gone. It's going to be really, really fun. Because what goes up must come down. Suitcase Lane Kiffin, according to Oreo, is going to take the job. You think he would, Billy?
He'll take it, but I don't think they offer it to him.
Huh. Jeremy Pruitt follows Saban.
No.
That ain't happening.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm hungry, Billy. I've been starving. All I've had was collard greens all day. I don't know what I want. See, that's the problem. I eat here every day. Probably 90% of my meals I eat right here, and it never gets old. But sometimes I stand over at the point of sale system trying to type in my lunch, and I just can't decide.
I mean, I can see that with the menu, man. There's a lot of choices on that menu.
I don't know what I keep saying I'm not going to eat wings for a while, and then I always end up ordering wings. Have you had our smoked wings with the Bama sauce? I know that's a bad name for something in here, but it's good. It's like white Bama sauce. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah. You need to try that, Billy.
I'll try it. I'll try it.
I don't know. I'm kind of craving a hot dog, a chili dog, now that we was talking about it earlier. You know, speaking of hot dogs, I was going to say this earlier. You know how you can tell if you shouldn't trust somebody? If they eat a plain hot dog with nothing on it. That is sociopathic tendencies right there. If you don't put nothing on your hot dog, do not trust them. Everybody I've known that had plain hot dogs were crazy.
I tell you, I've had plenty of those growing up now.
Yeah, that's because you had to. and it was the cheap Bar S hot dogs. What was the cheap one in Mississippi back then?
Man, like 79 cents for a 10.
But they were good though, wasn't they?
They were good, man. They don't tell you what was in those days, bro.
My mama, I don't know. My mama used to boil her hot dogs. I thought, come on, man, boil hot dogs.
That was the. I guess that's how you tenderize.
Have you ever heard of anybody boiling hot dogs?
Yeah,
That's a special kind of pour right there, ain't it?
I've seen it, man. I've seen it. For the first time ever, I actually saw someone put the whole pack of hot dogs on the grill in the plastic pack. I had never seen it before. I'm like, what the heck?
That's hilarious.
I'm serious.
All right, guys, we're going to get on out of here. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to our first show of the season. First show in a while other than our test show. We're going to be back here during the game. So I want people to do like they did when we used to do this for real. They'd turn the TV on and then turn the volume up and listen to us because we had some good commentary. We'd argue. I think it was against the Georgia game that we first had the Bobby versus Billy idea where somebody said, can Bobby block Billy? And I said, heck yeah. But better yet, why don't y'all just come out here and watch the game with us? I know David lives down in Georgia. You've been to many games up here where we've live streamed them. Get back up here. All of you need to come. All right, Matt's, adios, Oreo, David Newcomb, all y'all over here on Facebook. I'll see y'all later. Lots of you on YouTube, on all the YouTube channels. It's been fun. And I'm kind of choked up because we helped so many people today make rent money. I want to hear your testimonials of how many people were down to their last $10 and they took my advice and they made their light bill.
I sure hope they don't take your place, man.
Cause I need the testimonials so I can, charge people for this. But I wouldn't actually charge them.
I mean, there are people that charge people for pictures.
Oh, I know.
They're making money.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. I'm going 4-0 on this parlay. I'm fixing to lay $10 on. I promise you that.